And welcome into another edition of the finals. If you were just here, the 2017s, it was these very same two teams. It was the Ice and the Silverbacks. And here they are again in the 2015 edition. Your starting goalies, it's Grayson Isaac in for the Ice. Liam Parsons takes the net for the Silverbacks, as both of these teams have gone all the way to Sunday afternoon, which is always a treat going into a tournament. And here goes Bergeron. Bergeron steps in, trying to get the puck out of his feet. Had it lost, and here the Silverbacks the other way. Flipped up by Stone. Stone into the middle for Moore. Griffin Moore walking in. Gets past one. Here's Moore stopping at the hash marks, going up high. There's loose, and there's a huge hit in open ice. More of a potential accidental-looking collision, as here walking in, Park decides, delays, turns back. Park going to the net at the goal line. Waiting, he finds his way into the corner. Tons of defense, he manages to shake them off. Where is it? Park somehow still with possession after he hands it off. Here's a bouncer that'll just find its way out of the zone. It's Bjorklund. Outside. D-to-D pass that now goes up. Picked up by Park. Henry Park walking in. The shot will bounce and redirect off the goal and back into play. Here it's sent back in the zone by Johnson. Oscar Johnson into the zone, recaptured by the Ice. Will Pettersson. It's the Silverbacks that take over. They've been doing a great job in the offensive zone. Here's a shot. He was may have looking for a redirection, had a man right in front of him. Park in the corner. It's taken by Pettersson. Will Pettersson. He goes up the right wall, gets angled out, tries to hold possession. Will chip it by O'Leary. Pettersson and O'Leary go into the corner with speed. In to dig it free. Looked to have been Lazaga. And walking in could be a break here. Balser taken down, and we're going to have our game's first power play. And it's going to go in favor of the Silverbacks. Like I said, a very small sample size. Through the first 2 minutes, I've been very impressed with their control in the offensive zone and the neutral zone. And due to that, that helps them draw penalties. Like Ethan Simpson, who hauls down a Silverback on their way into the zone. That gives the team in black here the man advantage. Face-off is won. Here's the Ice. They take it out quickly over the blue line and into the red line. A quick start and a good start on the penalty kill, as Simpson is going to have to love that. Silverbacks restart. Here it's picked off right at the line. Richard will throw it on net. Parsons is going to leave that off to the side after it was slowed down by the stick of Stone. And here's a great zone exit with speed. They rush out. Balser working that up. Here's Ravlo into the zone. Balser the shot. Ravlo in behind the net with his backhand. Played it up, but it's intercepted by Owen Cormier as he now storms up ice. He has some room. He might as well use it. Now delayed offside. Ty Lewis only realizing last second. And he'll touch up. 1:15 left to go on the penalty. Silverbacks walking in their own end. O'Leary around the boards in the corner, back for O'Leary. O'Leary playing a bit of catch with his D partner, Bjorklund, as it now goes up. A beautiful little stretch pass for Hefford. Hefford works his way in on the backhand, now has found his way all the way to the opposite side. In the slot, the shot, blockered away by Isaac. What a nice save to get the right arm up in time. Another clear. O'Leary. There's Parsons that's actually going to throw it against the wall. Haven't seen that yet this tournament where the goalie goes out to play it. Here's Park stepping in left side. Less than 30 seconds left. It's Park. It's a little 3-on-2 as three of his teammates are changing, and that gives a chance for the Ice to heave it down in the opposite end of the ice. Here's Slonwhite. The neutral zone having to protect it. Simpson, 10 seconds left in his penalty. And they'll rotate across. A nice tic-tac-toe pass. Walking in, here's Ackett. Doug Ackett working in to the net on Isaac. Isaac down. And carried it for a whistle. So a close chance. Dougie Ackett sent his way in the zone. Face off one, Silverbacks. Shot from far, glove down by Isaac. So he was able to see that one through traffic. Again, the Silverbacks off a fairly decent power play. Able to probably gain at least just a little bit of momentum. Face off, win again, but this time it skips over some sticks and will end up back into the zone of the team in black. Working in, Park, left side. Will try to forge his entry. What a pass in front, but it just slid off the stick of Johnson. What a play that would have been to get a little bumper pass going. Into the zone. Skating forward with speed. Here's Bergeron. Goes hard into the boards, but here in front of the shot is gloved by Powers. A nice rush. A good counterattack by the ice to head back the other way. Another face-off one, a shot from the line. That one had been tipped just wide. It was Richard letting one go. Again, he looked for a redirection. The ice still in their own end. It's the Silverbacks that worked their way out. Jake Jensen on this team last year. Very memorable name. As the Silverbacks in front, trying to poke it out in front was Balser. As it sent to the opposite side. Trying to put it to the net again was Ravlo. This was a hit against the boards. Ravlo gets hit from behind. Didn't even have the puck with him. Here's Balser, the shot, scores! Brady Balser starts it off. That's another recognizable name from the year prior. Brady Balser to the back of the net. After Ravlo, had been roughed up. A nice shot from Brady Balser will get the Silverbacks in the driver's seat early of this hockey game. Skating back, here's Mazerol. He's in the throw with DeBay. Flip past the red line. Taking it up the ice, Moore. Griffin Moore holding possession. The little button hook goes right up to the blue line. A nice pass for O'Leary to the net, redirected off the pad and into the corner. Here's Brendan DeBay. Taking Moore. DeBay is going to take him the side of the net. Going to try to jam it in. Little to no hole. Trying to see the A gap. Love to see it. Here in the center, it's Ty Lewis working in left side. Cuts back, looks for options, goes to his blue line. Waiting here, Mazerol across. Pedersen, the shot redirected, scores! A redirection, a tip from the blue line. Off the initial shot of Will Pedersen. The NB Ice have tied this up. And so it is Belgeron. He had the beautiful redirection in front that is almost impossible for any goaltender to save. And just outside the blue line, Here it goes. Parks skates up through, tries to jam it up against the wall. There were a couple two-hand slashes that I remarked during that. Now walking up, here's Johnson. Will dump it in and now go for a chase up against the boards and the hash marks. Working behind the goal is Richard. Sent around for Wilson. Up high for Bourgeois. Hammered back into the zone. As the Ice look to sustain possession. Here they are walking past the blue line. Ice work their way in to the net, and it's deviated to the side by Powers. They have a stick battle right at the blue line. Simpson holds his way in. Had the first and only penalty of today's game in the corner now. The Silverbacks around the boards. Deflected off Mazerol to the middle. Trying a little dangle was Belyea. Down low, Belyea again. His shot or centering intended to the front doesn't go. And shot all the way down the ice. A break needed for the Silverbacks. Here they are in the corner. Silverback drove against the wall. Balser against the wall. Almost a very clean breakout, but the Ice will just keep it inside the blue line. To the net, it's ramped over the stick. Here's Bjorklund. Going to retrieve. They fight it loose. Bjorklund still there. Taken by the Ice and behind the net. A fake around the net. A little wraparound attempt or maybe a pass off pad, more or less. Back for it, Wilson will throw it up against the wall. Almost a giveaway as the pass was fanned on the opposite end by Bjorklund. He luckily got back to it in time. Here's Jensen, the pass from Ravlo. Jensen working in, gonna put it to the net, sticked away by Isaac. Here to pick it up is Balser. Balser will leave it at the blue line for Stone. A nice little drop pass. Might have it stolen here. He's tied up with Lewis. Lewis at the line. Has his arm raised. Going across. Stone. Jensen. Jensen to Balser. Ooh, nice little toe drag. Back for Jensen. It's in his feet. They still try to dig for it. Now it's in the feet of Balser, where Jensen will steal it. Now it's back into some feet in a crowd. And the Ice will take over once more. Babineau working up the left side. Babineau across, his pass picked. Silverbacks the opposite direction. Working in. Nice little toe drag from Moore. Doesn't work. And he gets taken down. He wanted a penalty. He has arms in air. But unfortunately, nothing given. I'd like to welcome in everyone watching from home on this rainy Sunday afternoon in Dieppe, New Brunswick, where the NB Ice try to escape their own zone here in this play. Bjorklund looking to clear. Allen gets his way out. People go falling down at center. Bjorklund back into the zone again. Hugo Richal leaves a backhander against the board. To the middle, here the Ice, left side. Working in, Owen Colmier. Or that's Bourgeois, rather. And now flipped into some open ice. Owen Hefford. Puck carrier left side, rink wide. Here's DeBay. Good defense. Richal getting it all the way down, but this will most likely count as an icing against the Ice. Minute and 31 left to go in the first. in the circle. Quick puck to the net from Park. Regathered in Alessio Legal. Will take it around the boards. Legal working up, has pressure from Johnson. Legal still with it, had his stick lifted after finally about 3 Silverbacks. Decided to all triple team him at once. Cross on their side, Legal going for it, runs over a man. Legal has some room, the shot gloved down by Powers with a great try, and he got knocked down afterwards, or maybe fell, unsure. We'll see if we can spot it on the replay. Saw Legal sliding on the ice afterwards. Here the Silverbacks getting outside the zone. Chasing after it is Ravlo. Looking for it. Here's Balser on the trailer at the blue line now. Here's a shot from far, saved by Isaac, and he's pushed after the whistle. And the ref going to give a warning to the Silverbacks offense, Harrison Ravlo. Here in the middle. It's taken just outside. The ice work their way in. Belgeron in the zone. He'll be rubbed out of the side by Lazaga. Out in front, loose, they score! They somehow jam it in on the side of the net. The NB Ice are up by 1. Look at Belgeron. He somehow finds the A gap on a very sharp angle. Don't even know how that went in. Regardless, they all count. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And the Ice are up 2-1. Here comes Belgeron again, looking for double trouble. Belgeron in, passing out in front. Belgeron going out to the slot, turns and fires. Just misses, almost 2 in a row in the same shift for Mr. Belgeron. Here's Moore skating up for the Silverbacks. Here's Lewis with using his speed to get back on defense. The Ice pick it back up at center. There's a big hit in open ice. And Owen Hefford's gonna go plead his case. Although I don't believe he'll be found innocent. Or I should say he went to go plead the case of Griffin Moore. But Griffin Moore will be sentenced 2 minutes to the box for body checking. So NB Ice power play to end off the first period, 5.5 seconds. It's won by the Silverbacks off the draw. They go into the corner. It was great pressuring by Moore. They'll find it, throw it down the ice, and there's the buzzer ending our first period. It's Braden Delane from the Uniplex for the Uni Surface, or we'll go see some interviews after this quick intermission. We'll be back for period 2 on MST.
So we're here live at the 2026 Ice Battle. Who am I here with today?
Alessio Legier.
Okay, and what do you think your team needs to do going into this game to come out with a victory?
I mean, forecheck, back check, pay check. I mean, we have everything. We gotta go play hard and come out with the W.
Awesome, all the basics. And what was your pregame meal today to prepare for this game?
Some honey stingers. They're like honey candy, well, healthy candy.
Yeah.
And like my whole team has them, so.
Okay, good sugars. All right, see ya, buddy.
Thank you, bye.
And as we've heard, forecheck, back check, pay check. And that's what they've been doing first period. They're up 2-1. And short-handed are the Silverbacks. 2-1 ice, and they're on their power play. Walking in was Ackett. Against the boards, he's now angled out. Ackett with some pressure, turning, keeping it in the zone. Some good pressure here, short-handed. As it's picked up, Mazerol stumbled a little bit. As now it goes up to Ackett. He tried putting it on net. It's retrieved back for Park. Park to the line, almost too many men. They get the shot on net. Here's Park, down in the corner. Lifted high. Blue line, Slonway just let it slip on by, but regardless, they're still shorthanded. So any time wasted here is very beneficial for the Silverbacks if they've gone over half the power play. Haven't been in the zone of the ice yet this period. And gone down to the neutral zone. He's going to skip by Barrio as he'll go D to D. Back for Barrio. Bellier to the middle. Working in, little toe drag from Simpson. It was taken away. There's Stone sending him into the board. Stone and Bellier. Stone, Bellier, Simpson. Simpson falling to his knee. On his knees, Simpson with the puck. Had time to get up. Pass off the pad. Shot from the point. Another pad save. Multiple pad saves from Powers. There was a shot from the line from Wilson. There's another one off the pad that just deviates wide. That was close. Here the Ice have it again. Penalty now over. Wilson at the line. Shot blocked. Almost from behind is Moore. As the Ice now find themselves in the corner. Up is Simpson. Couldn't get the shot off in a pair of feet. Stick lifted. Wilson in to hold the line. It's just brought out with some aggressive battling. Here's Moore walking in. Trying to cut to his forehand. And he was swept away, unable to do so. Potential 2-on-1. Here's Wilson. Leads it. Has Wilson. Wilson trying to send it over across to Bellier. As here he is. Carter Bellier against the boards. He's angled out. Taken by O'Leary of the Silverbacks. And he sends that up to Moore. Puck up for Moore. Shot down into the zone for Balser. Balser, the only goal for the Silverbacks as of right now. In front, they couldn't quite get a stick on it. The Ice worked their way back. Bergeron shot. Powers able to hold on for a save. And here's one of the chances from earlier off the pad. And Wilson in at the line. Put another one off the pad of Powers. You're in the corner. Looking after it is Lazaga. Getting it outside past the blue line. It was up for Jensen as Balser brings it in. Balser getting pinned against the boards. There's three members of the Ice in a 2-centimeter radius. Now they find themselves right close to the blue line. Also trying to move it down. Jensen holds the line. This one's going to go to Isaac. He's going to be there to cover. And that's another close play where the Silverbacks are after the NB Ice goaltender. Here's Moore to the middle. Trying to get a shot off was Hefford. Regathered by the Silverbacks in the middle. Stepping in, DeBay. Trying to maneuver and get a shot off. And was taken away. Here's O'Leary. O'Leary, the saucer pass, rink wide. Taken across by Slonwhite as the ice come back the other way. Lewis enters the zone with speed. Trying to be aerodynamic, throwing it to the net. Rebound, still loose out in the slot. Another try, they score! Alessio Leger, the last tap, after waiting out front in the slot, came in as the trailer and saw an uncontested loose puck. Now watch Leger walk in right here and lift it to the back of the net. And just like anyone's ever been told us from a young kid, go to the front of the net, good things happen. And that statement proves truthful here in this last goal. And they're going to give that to Belgeron. So it was not Leger. It is Belgeron on the goal. Ice up against the boards. Stop down close to the blue line. Redirected back to the Silverbacks defense. Taken by Park. Park over the blue line. Works in past Wilson. Park going in behind the net, trying to get possession. Loose at the side of the net. And Park runs a man over. The ice come back the other way. Working in is Allen. Allen stepping in, throws it to the side of the net. It's loose there for a second. As it was Powers that didn't know the exact location where the puck was. Face off. That one taken by the ice. Allen's pinned in the corner. In his offensive corner, shifting closer and closer to the back of the net. Here, the ice take over. Trying to go for a sharp angle shot is Belgeron. And the pass out in front is lifted over the net. Two very good looks. But nothing yet. As they walk in, Belgeron, another move. A good save by Powers. Lucas Belgeron, the X factor so far for the ice. 2 goals and countless chances. Here's Ackett, gets hit along the wall, gets angled out. There's some body contact happening in behind the net, but it's taken away. Here against the wall, Jensen. This one's not going to get past Babineau. Yannick Babineau able to keep it. O'Leary turns and will head the opposite direction. Jensen along the red line. Jensen will go around the net. Wait, cut back to the corner. Jensen trying to evade the opposition, now goes to his D partner, O'Leary. O'Leary up the wall for Balser. Balser skating up. Got deflected off a body. Will now be found back with Balser. The ice take over. Allen again leading another rush. Will that one go? Will find up its way into the hash marks of the offensive zone. And there's a cross check that's going to get called. Going to be head contact against the Silverbacks that will send the ice to the power play. Brady Balser will head off for a cross check right in the tight puck battle. Sometimes the stick just gets up above the neck. On cross checks like that, expect that to get called any day of the week. There's the ice on the power play. Take it into the zone. Belliea steps in, and it's all the way down the length of the ice. Near the ice, resetting. Working in is Lewis. Lewis into the zone, might have some room. Lewis, the shot turned away by Balser as he had other plans. Glove to the blue line by Wilson. A nice keep. Trying to send it to Belyea. Lewis in there. Caught in between the feet of Moore. Here's Lewis trying to go back door. He put his pass in some feet and down in the ice. It is launched. Peterson over to Belyea. Belyea pushed by Moore, shot towards the net. Back for Will Peterson. Peterson with an assist on the day. Here's a backhand to the side of the net. There are two players down behind the net. Where's the puck? It's underneath one of them. Lewis is just pinning a Silverback in behind the net. And here comes Belyea just saying, get out of my way. As he takes the puck. Pass out in front, the one-timer. And that's off a skate of a Silverback and heading the opposite direction. Less than 30 seconds to go on the NB Ice power play. Here's Barrio moving in with a sharp angle. Glove down. Bobby another try. Trying to go upstairs, and two great saves by Powers. Been keeping his team in this game thus far. Here's a hit where Belgeron is going to go into the boards. Coming out of the box here is Balser. Here out in front. That was another close chance. To the line. Waiting. Slap shot. What a tip and what a save. Could not tell if that was accidental or not. But what a play by Igor Ishal to put it perfectly back door where there was a tip perfectly on net. Another shot, side of the net. That one not a high danger chance. Puck battle into the boards. It was Belgeron. Belgeron still tied up with Ackett. Here up the wall, Balser will toss this one in. It stopped along the wall. Here come the ice with it. As stepping in, there's Johnson that's tripped up. And we're going to have a penalty called against the ice. The Silverbacks to the power play. Oliver Allen to the box for a trip. No power play here for the Silverbacks at the line. Stone working down. Here's the shot just over the net from Ackett. No one had eyes for the top of the net. At the point, Stone. Ackett might have some room. Debates shooting. Goes across. What a pass. The shot. A great save by LeMay. And there it is at the ringette line. And down the ice. What an amazing chance on the power play it was. O'Leary will throw it up. Here's the potential stretch pass for Jensen. Jensen steps in, might have some room. Jensen cutting in, he's taken down and goes hard into the post and into LeMay. Both seem to be all right. Here the Silverbacks off the draw. Jensen to the blue line, but it just sneaks by Lasaga. And down into the zone of the Silverbacks. Moving around Bjorklund. Up against the wall. Potential turnover as Ravlo accidentally tapped it back to his own end. Silverbacks move it up. It's taken away. Ethan Simpson down in the center. Lasaga up the wall for Jensen. Jensen, the sauce. What a pass. What a reception. And then the attempt goes just wide. Now circling back up to the top. Here's Ravlo with it. Ravlo being pushed against the wall. And that could have been a dangerous position had Ravlo not used his feet first. Here the Silverbacks at center will flip it in. Less than 10 seconds to go to the penalty to Allen. 30 seconds to go in the period. Taken around the wall again. No icing. Allen out of the box. The power play has ended. Here's the second period about to complete itself. Moore around the wall. The pass will be taken across in the center. Moving in, DeBay. Missing it, getting on net. Stopped in behind by Johnson. As they look around, Johnson's going to pin it up behind the net. And it looks like we're going to have a tripping call. So the Silverbacks appear to be starting the next period on the power play here in MSD. Another interview coming up. This intermission, Braden Elaine from the Uniplex in Dieppe, New Brunswick for the 2026 East Coast Ice Battle. And as the second period starts, it will be a Silverbacks power play as Allen goes back to the box. And the ice cleared all the way down. As they battle in behind the net, shorthanded, here's Belgeron in behind the net. The ice take over, they curl it into the corner. Regathered in by Ackett as he headmans up over for Park. Ackett across, moving in is Johnson. Johnson stopping, will take it and fire it down the length of the ice. I think close to 100 currently watching live with us on a rainy Sunday afternoon. Walking in, there's a shot from Ravlo. That'll be directed wide. And we invite you in the chat to tell us where you're listening from here this afternoon for the finals. Here it's cleared out and into center. We'd love to hear from you, from the guys at MST. As here is Balser at the line, getting poked by O'Leary. O'Leary digging from Balser. O'Leary finds some room. One timer on the opposite side. It goes over the net, but oh my, was that an absolute howitzer to the net. Moving in. Here's Lewis, a little backhander. Gloved up by Powers. He scooped that up fast. Here it's rimmed around the boards. Here's Lasaga going up the wall for Moore. Here's Moore across the red line, works into the zone. 1 second left. Power play now expired. It's 5-on-5. Here the ice might poke it out. It's kept in the zone. Going to the middle. Walking here is Hefford. Can't quite do it. Hefford again will throw it towards the target, but taken away from Richard. Richard against the wall. Out of the reach of Bourgeois. Bourgeois trying to get the best of Lasaga, but it's Lasaga that ends up going back to his defense. Here's Hefford faking a one-touch. Now throwing it into some open ice, getting a foot race for it. Here's Richard. Throwing it across. Little D-to-D pass as two players collided right next to the near boards. Pass out in front attempted. That was Simpson having it blocked. They fight it near the wall. Redirected. Lewis works up the zone. Here's Johnson. Johnson in the zone. Worked up Lewis. Dropped in by Ackett. Allen down and below the net. Park. Winding around. Passing it back door with a pass. They score! Henry Park with a perfect setup right to Dougie Ackett. And the Silverbacks get back to within one goal. As that is just an amazing play-making followed by an absolute snipe.
Silverback goal scored by number 29, Dougie Ackett. Assisted by number 8, Oscar Johnson.
So
Number 97, Henry Park.
Ackett from Johnson and Park for the Silverbacks as it's poked up. Ringette line. Cross check down. We're going to have a penalty against the Silverbacks that'll send the ice to the power play. 8:18 left to go in the third. And the man with the assist now heads to the box for a cross check. Henry Park. I see we got some fans watching live from home from the north end of New Brunswick. And a fan of the netminder, number 31, Isaac, who has been stellar tonight as he's going to go out of his net here to play it after it is launched down the ice. Near the ice, picking it up. What a perfect pass to Allen. Allen working it in the zone. Sending in the shot to Powers. The rebound had stayed in the slot for half a second before being tossed away. At the line, Peterson taken away by Ravlo. He's going to throw it on to Isaac. Regathered by Mazarol in the defensive zone. Toss that'll miss everyone waiting as it's taken by the Silverbacks. Blocked by Allen, though. Here's the clear. Belgeron walks in. Back for Allen. They try to get it set up. Here's Peterson down in the zone. Takes a weird hop off a body. And then that gives the Silver Chance the opportunity to heave it down the length of the ice. Here the Silverbacks shorthanded walking into the slot. Blocked in front. Isaac comes out of his neck to poke it away in desperation. Here's another one. Isaac solid on his pads. Here around the boards it'll go. Jackson Bourgeois takes it for the ice off the far boards. Starts heading up with steam past the left side. They walk into numbers 3-on-2. Here's the backhand towards the net. Powers has to cover up. And here's the chance from earlier where it was in the slot right there for the taking. The Silverbacks defense, might I say, has been doing a great job getting those rebounds out of harm's way when they're in the slot. There it is, right in the slot. And just as I said, the Silverbacks get it out of harm's way. And here they have it on defense. Walking up, Wilson waits, has his back to the net. Will now dump it into the corner. Clearing attempt, blocked by Wilson. Good hand-eye coordination going on one knee. Here's Bourgeois. Carving to the center, had tried to send it out. Balser out of the box, so that's Park out of the box, excuse me, as now it's 5-on-5. Half the period gone. We have a 1-goal game here in the final. Park out of the box, now into the zone. That's Balser, rather, getting the two mixed up. As now Johnson. Balser in the corner. He gets pinned. Balser tries to go behind the net. Now hit Lewis. Johnson trying to go back door. A great diving effort. Ty Lewis to break that up. Tied up at center. Alessio Leger grabs it for the ice. Will throw it against the wall. Brought in by Slonwhite. That goes up and along the boards. It'll be fired down the length of the ice. As a roll around the boards. Stopping as they fight in the corner here in the hash marks. Taken away. Working up the zone is Allen. He's taken down. Fans and bench wanted a call, but here come the ice regardless. There's a shot glove down by Powers. Can't say in this tournament I've seen more of an evenly matched game other than the potential shootout that happened this morning. An insane game that happened in the semifinals, but these two teams could not be more evenly matched as we get down to less than 5 minutes. 1-goal game. Silverbacks, NB Ice 2015 for the final. As the Ice bring it in. Far side. They work it. Shot goes through the crease. Held in at the line by Mazarol. Working down in the zone. It's passed out to front. There it is, the shot. They score! And what a celly to go along with it. Ethan Simpson gives the Ice a 2-goal lead. As again, it's another beautiful passing play. We've seen multiple of them this game, where these teams are able to use their playmaking. See a guy on the back door, delayed icing, and all the way back down. It'll go just over 4 minutes. 2-goal game now. We'll see what the strategy is for the Silverbacks coach, down by 2. We'll see how aggressive they get with getting Powers through the bench for that extra attacker.
NBI's goal scored by number 16.
Silverbacks regather in their own zone. Here's Hefford. His attempt to move it out, blocked in. A nice move from Lewis to keep it in the zone. Ty Lewis sending it in front, and almost another unlucky bounce for the Silverbacks. They've had one pretty unfortunate goal slide in. And I now just may have realized, I may have been saying Powers for the majority of this game instead of Parsons. It's Liam Parsons that's in net that may be pulled going to the bench for an extra attacker. Here's Parkin behind the net. Regathered. Park again. Up high. DeBay. The shot. The save. LeMay. Or that's Isaac, excuse me, getting confused with another NB Ice goaltender. Here's Allen working his way out of the zone. Up across the red line. Will be dumped in behind the net of Parsons. Works in behind the net where it's rimmed around. Park hits the brakes. Falling down, gets right back up as the Ice trying to hold the zone. 3 minutes left, a 2-goal game. Barrio from the line. Parsons will steer that one aside. Here around adjacent to the side of the net. Be ramped up and taken by Lewis. Lewis pressured by DeBay. Gets poked off his twig in his possession. It's Jensen that moves it up. Headman pass doesn't go as planned. It's dumped into the zone, delayed offside before the puck hopped back out. Simpson into the zone. It is going to be called offside. Now the intensity heats up. With not much time remaining in this game. Less than 3 minutes to be exact. Questions arise on when or if the goaltender will ever be pulled. Here, walking up, Ravlo the shot, blocked by Peterson. Isaac's gonna have to love him for that. Here, a loose puck. It's captured at the line. A little flip from O'Leary at the blue line. Taken and moved across. Ravlo. Ravlo in. Tried a little toe drag release and had it poked off. Less than 2 to go. At center, retaken. Parsons at the bench right as the Ice were moving into the zone. Here's Bergeron. Deflects a pass attempt. Doesn't corral it. As here at center. It's maneuvered in. Here's Ravlo catching it on his tape. Ravlo to the net. Lost control of possession as it squeaks out of the zone. Back to the Silverbacks defense. Shot on by Lazaga. Cleared close to the net. This one's not going to be for icing. Less than a minute and a half. Silverbacks with an empty net. They now have it up to Ravlo. Ravlo trying to kick it to his feet. Lewis comes back on defense to steal. Lewis will hoist it into center. It's in between the feet of Stone. He now tries to bring it in. Now tied up, less than a minute left. The Ice doing an incredible job in these past 30 seconds. Just keep tossing it out of the zone. Not trying to get greedy and go for the empty net, potentially causing icings. Here's more of the shot. Isaac with the glove. And the Silverbacks will take a timeout, as we are now less than a minute of play away from potentially crowning our victor of the 2015 division on MST, Brain Lane, from the Uniplex Unisurface in Dieppe, New Brunswick, for the 2026 East Coast Ice Battle, live on MST. So still empty net for the Silverbacks. Important draw to win, and it's taken by the Ice. Mazarol across the board, held in by Ravlo. Ravlo works his way to the net. Tries a wraparound and had a little fake. O'Leary the shot, redirected just wide. That one looked to have been really close, and here it's outside the zone. O'Leary gonna have to get it. The Silverbacks need to set this up quick. Ravlo through the zone. Being chased here by Balliea. Ravlo into the corner. Pushed across, he's sent hard into the boards. Ravlo again, loose out in the front. Isaac will cover. 9 seconds left in the third. The ice will make some changes. They get pretty excited as they know they pretty much have it here with 10 seconds left, less than 10 seconds, I should say. And here it's tied up off the draw. It goes into the corner. They pin it up. It's Peterson that's gonna pin it. Everyone goes in to grab it. And 1 second exactly left on the clock. Oliver Allen and Alec Basque already off the bench. They're gonna run the clock, and that's it. The gloves go flying. Your champions of the 2015 division, the hometown NB Ice. We thank you all for watching here on MST. And that's it for the 2015 division. Only one more game left on this arena. 2 more games left total, 1 live on the IGA. We thank you for watching here for the 2026 East Coast Ice Battle. It's Braden Lane from the Uni Surface on the Uniplex in Dieppe, New Brunswick.
Player of the game for home team Silverbacks, number 29, Dougie Atkins. Player of the game for visitor team NB Ice, number 21, Lucas Bergeron.
All right, before we get started here with the medal presentation, on behalf of East Coast Ice, I would like to congratulate both teams on your tournament and thank you all for coming out. So the way this will go, we will start with the silver presentation, and then for the rings, we will ask the NB Ice fans to join us in room number 6, where we will present the rings to you guys there, but you guys will get your trophy here on the ice. Does that sound good? All right, let's get started with the silver medal presentations.
Number 2, Jack Jensen. Number 8, Oscar Johnson. Number 9, Owen Hayford. Number 10, Brandon DeBay. Number 13, Max Lazaga. Number 18, William Slowhite. Number 21, Colton Stone. Number 29, Dougie Atkins. Number 33, Liam Parson. Number 34, Griffin Moore. Number 55, Will O'Leary. Number 78, Beckham B. Jorklode. Number 88, Harrison Ravlo. Number 92, Levitt Moore. Number 93, Brady Basslor. And number 97, Henry Park. NBIs, come get your trophy. Go get your rings at room 6.
They choked me out. Now I pay close attention. Really learn the code. I learned to read the map before I hit the road.
Hey yo, I know you never heard this before, but I'd rather lose a fight than miss the war. And I ain't wishing competition or fishing for it. I'm just living in a system, conditions are poor. I've been lost in the rhythm and misinformed. Too many late nights hitting the liquor store. Too many bad decisions, half-ass attempts. No sweat, no fear, no blood, no tears. I go hard, and I ain't making up no excuse. I'm overdue, I don't do what I'm supposed to do. Cause if you think about it, man, we supposed to lose. It ain't all picture perfect ocean views. No, I was a first-class rookie, taking out bullies in my all-black hoodie. Man, a mystery, you know the history. Get it or forget it, cause poof, I'm out of here.
I read the rules before I broke them. I broke the chains before they choked me.